Coming to you from Farmer Dave's Kitchen here in Dracut, Massachusetts, I'm Stacey.
I'm Denise.
And we're here to help you prepare
your share. Salsa can be traced back to Aztec, Mayan, and Inca culture. Salsa, meaning sauce, is a combination of tomatoes or tomatillas, onions, and chilies as a base recipe. Then there are all of the add-ins. Beans, corn, garlic, herbs, spices, and fruit. The combinations are endless.
There are many types of salsas, and Denise and I would need to tape a whole series to cover them all, which might not be a bad idea. We want to talk about salsa because it is a great technique, whether during the peak of the harvest or using your canned or frozen treasures from the summer. You can make salsa all year long. They're not just for chips.
Absolutely. So, we want to cover two styles of salsa in this particular episode with you. So, salsa roja, or red sauce, in which the raw ingredients are blended very smooth and then simmered. Pico de gallo, or salsa fresca, are essentially raw ingredients, coarsely chopped and not cooked. So as the name suggests, it's a very fresh salsa that can be used to top chips, quesadillas, salads, chicken, fish. Really so many possibilities with this.
That's one of my favorites because I just use it as a raw ingredient in so many things. So
it's great.
So first up is going to be salsa rojo. This is a chop and drop salsa directly into the blender or food processor. Start by adding your tomatoes first. The tomatoes provide that extra liquid which allows for easier blending. The list is really short and simple. Ready? You gonna pass me things as I go?
You bet.
So we're gonna use the blender today because it's super easy to do it this way.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So we already have the 4 cups of chopped and de-seeded tomatoes and a half of an onion essentially chopped small in the bowl.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this without wearing it.
That's all right.
Okay, hold on.
We could do that too.
You know what? We're going to do it this way.
There you go. Nice.
Impeccably clean hands.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, so the next is going to be a half to 1 jalapeno, or you could do 1 or 2 cherry bomb peppers, or you could do a serrano chili. Really depends on your favorite hot pepper, how hot you want it.
So I'm just doing a little shake of
right.
that, and I think that's enough.
A little shake of your jalapeno.
All
Great.
right. Now we're going to blend.
Yeah.
Oh, salt and pepper.
And then we could also add a handful of cilantro or parsley. Now, some people find cilantro to be a little bit bitter. It's one of my personal favorites, but parsley is also going to add a little bit of green and a little bit of that freshness. So if you're not a fan of cilantro, definitely try parsley.
And sometimes people find that cilantro tastes kind of like soap, that soapy aftertaste. So we will do...
Let me smell and figure out.
I think that's basil. Once you chop them up, they all kind of look the same.
Yes.
Okay, this is parsley. No, is that cilantro?
That's cilantro. So
Parsley.
you want the parsley.
It's very technical here. In we go.
These smell intense. It's wonderful.
All right. Okay, everybody block your ears.
Block
This
ears.
is a little loud. Just start it off slow.
Right.
And then gradually increase your speed if you have a variable blender. If you don't, just give it a little patience. There we go. You want to make sure that that onion, our onion was cut pretty small. You want to make sure that that dissolves. And then also the parsley that goes in, you don't want any big pieces of that. So you really want to make sure that that...
Okay. Now, we had mentioned de-seeding your tomato, so let me show you real quick what that means. We're just going to take the top of this tomato off. Now, I'll just do this over the bowl, over the plate, but you could certainly do this over a bowl. Cut it in half, get the top off, and then you want just to get rid of some of those seeds and some of that tomato jelly, and kind of squeeze some of that out.
It's our technical term for that.
Yes. So, but you're still left with the meat in the
of the
flesh
tomato.
of the tomato, and that's really what you're looking for. So you want to leave sort of the jelly and the liquid and the seeds out.
Basically, the jelly in the liquid is going to water it down a little bit, and the seeds, sometimes once you blend them, it can be a little bitter, so it's just easier to squeeze them out.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yep. And so this is essentially all we did for our tomato. So it's just a rough cut.
Because you're going to wind up popping it in the blender anyway, so
Exactly.
it winds up being pretty easy once that happens.
Perfect. That just gives you kind of an idea.
Now, the amount of seeds and jelly really depends on the tomato. Sometimes the supermarket tomatoes you get in the wintertime have more of that liquid inside of them, and the garden tomatoes in the summertime are
Right.
less, so it winds up being pretty good. Okay, now you're going to pour this for me.
Okay, sounds good.
Because what we're doing is there's two ways to use this. You can use it raw, just like this. It's absolutely delicious raw. You also can cook it.
Yes.
And that just basically cooks, and it concentrates the flavor, and it evaporates the extra water that's in it.
Right.
And it darkens it. It intensifies that tomato flavor and
So
everything.
good.
It's really, really good. So this is a pan that we had on the stove that's got a little bit of olive oil in it.
Yep. So about 2 tablespoons of the olive oil, and you've already heated this.
Already heated it. Now it's not boiling.
Okay.
Important, because
Sure,
you don't
sure.
want this to like at you.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe
good.
none of
Not
that.
good.
Safety in the kitchen first, everybody.
Please. So I would say pour about half of that in here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that goes there. So then this is going to
Perfect.
go on the stove
Perfect.
until it boils. Now we have one done through the magic of television.
Right. And so we essentially let this simmer on a very low heat for about 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. And this really is going to concentrate your flavors.
So this is the color of the fresh one.
Right.
So it's really that beautiful summer pink
Yes.
that tomatoes are.
I would say that's pink.
And once this is cooked, it intensifies the red.
Does it's gorgeous.
It cooks out the water. It intensifies all those extra ingredients that we went in it. And then you're just going to let that cool, and you can have it. You can eat it warm if you want to,
Yeah.
or you can just have it at room temperature.
Okay.
So you want to go in?
Sounds good. Yeah, we definitely
should
want
try
to.
it.
We want to try this. For
Notice we
sure.
put out the big thing of chips to, because we're going to taste all of these.
We need to
It's
taste
still a
this.
little warm,
It is
so-
still a little bit warm, but that's kind of nice. It's really good.
I like that.
Very flavorful. Now, if you're making salsa with canned tomatoes and you feel they are too acidic, just a teaspoon of sugar to the blended mixture before you heat it. This will sort of round out the acidity. Now, the second salsa we're making is pico de gallo, or salsa fresca. This is a raw, fresh salsa, and we'll show you how to substitute different ingredients to switch up the flavors.
So we're going to clean this up here, and then we're going to come out with a whole new set of ingredients. So we'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're back, and now we're going to make the salsa fresca or the pico de gallo, whichever way you want to go. This base recipe is very large because we're going to split it into 3 different types once we mix the recipe. So feel free to cut this down. You don't really have to do as many tomatoes
Right.
and everything as we're doing. So we have 9 cups of tomatoes that are de-seeded and chopped, and basically bite-sized pieces.
Yep, exactly.
Now, onion.
Onion.
I have the onion,
Perfect.
please.
Okay.
We're just going to put the
Yep,
onion
we've got the onion
in.
and the pepper.
The pepper's on this plate because that's going to be one of the variations.
Yes.
So we're going to get most of the onion in.
Okay.
And then we need some salt and pepper. Now the salt, what's the best way to do this is to kind of leave this maybe for 10 minutes once you mix in the salt,
Okay.
because the salt's going to draw the water out and it's going to make it a really juicy salsa. And then I like adding a little bit of pepper too.
Perfect.
Different layer of heat. Then we have, I'm going to do jalapeno.
Okay.
We have cherry bomb, and also we have habanero, but I think we'll keep it
Classic.
classic.
Classic jalapeno.
So there we go. And then would you like cilantro or parsley? We could do either one.
My favorite cilantro, so let's go cilantro.
That's basil, isn't it?
We're going to do this again. This is so funny. This is basil, yes.
Okay, this is cilantro. Just a nice handful
Again,
of
that's
it.
what happens when we chop it ahead of time. It's all
You
very
can't
green.
tell what it is. All right, and then I need lime juice.
You need lime
Would you
juice.
please, while I start to mix. So this is just the onion. You want to make sure that you cut it into bite-sized pieces. You can go as small as you want. That's your preference. This is white onion. You can use red onion. You can use sweet onion, Vidalia onion, whatever you have. It's just this is the raw, fresh salsa. So
Right.
if you're not a fan of big chunks of onion, make yours smaller.
Yeah, make yours smaller. Make it how you like it, how your family likes it.
You don't like cilantro? Use parsley.
Use parsley. Yeah, you're just
You
going
don't like
for the
either
fresh.
one? You want to use basil? Use
basil.
basil.
We're easy. That's good.
Look at that.
Again, I wish we had smell-o-vision. This smells so good.
It smells really, really good.
Smells like summer.
This really is summer in a bowl. I mean, this and a piece of toasted garlic bread, you could just do that.
Wonderful.
All right. Now, this has been, what, a total of maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
After we added that,
You can always see
you can
the
just
juice.
see the liquid, the juice coming right off
great.
of that. That's going to be amazing. Yes. All right.
All
you
right.
have the first variation.
Beautiful. So this is our base with what we started with. So then our next variation, let's see. We're going to scoop this. I'm going to get it into this bowl. So let's just do a good heaping 2 cups. All right, so there's our base. Beautiful.
Love it.
Gorgeous. Okay, and then this is where we're going to start to add in the pepper. So green, red, yellow, orange peppers, whatever you happen to have. These are all sweet peppers. I have a little extra onion. It's just all going in there.
Here you go.
Yes, and we're using the spoon because there are jalapenos in here. You don't want that on
Not
your
gonna go in on
You
our
don't
skin.
want that on your skin.
And then you rub your eye, and then it's just a bad
Let's
situation.
not even go there.
This is so delicious. Now, this is a great recipe for anything that you put up, remember, for the winter time. So if you've chopped up and saved green peppers, red peppers, you can pull them out of the freezer and just chop them and put them in this. The same with tomatoes. It may have a little more of a soft texture, but it's going to be just as delicious.
Right. The flavors are just going to pop.
That's just beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Okay, next one, variation. May I have my
Ma'am.
measuring cup? Okay. I'm just going to remove 2 because we're going to do 2 more variations here.
There you go.
So
Yeah, we've got plenty in there.
we have plenty for that.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to mix in this one. So this will go to the side.
Lovely.
And in this, we're going to do a melon one.
She
So
said
we
melon.
have, I know, I love melon. Cantaloupe, please. Right in. And then may I have the
And
spoon?
you want the
No, that's
watermelon?
going to be the second one. We're going to do cantaloupe and tomato one, and then we're going to do a watermelon and tomato one.
Wonderful.
So there's that one. Really,
That
really
looks great.
pretty. So we will move that there. Then we have our second one.
Excellent.
And again, same base recipe.
Yeah. Watermelon.
Now you could easily just do a melon salsa where you don't have any tomatoes in it at all. And when that happens, I would do like red onion because I think that's really classic with either melon.
Sure.
And then you can also always add mint if you wanted to do it as a mint rather than one of the
Very
other ones.
refreshing.
So
So the
pretty.
base recipe would also be amazing with chopped strawberries, on chicken tacos.
That
I mean,
is
there's
so good.
so many different things that you can do with this.
And there's also salsa chicken, which I make all the time. So you could make a
right.
large thing of salsa and then put your chicken in a crock pot, throw all the raw salsa on top of it, and then just cook it. And it's great. And then you pull
Yeah.
apart the chicken, and because you have so much moisture in there too, that's a really good recipe that you could bag up and freeze, and you have something all cooked
Yeah.
already
You're
frozen.
You're ready to go.
Come home to make dinner, pull it out, and then you can add it to different things. So it's really, really, really delicious like that. I love it.
That sounds great.
You ready to taste now?
Yes.
We have to taste. So,
All right.
here we go. All right.
I'm going melon.
Going cantaloupe.
Okay.
I want a little piece.
That was really good.
Want
I've
cantaloupe?
had a peach salsa before, but I've never had a melon salsa.
This is really good on
this
fish.
This is wonderful.
Piece of whitefish or a piece of salmon you grilled. That's fantastic on that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Try the watermelon.
That's so good. So, imagine having a taco bar with all of these different types of salsas, all these different colors. These base recipes would be great. Sort of a springboard for a family salsa night. Each member can make a bowl of their own salsa, see who gets the most creative.
And then just have a big taco night with the whole family. It's fantastic.
Taco night. Sounds
Hope you
good.
enjoy the recipes.